Rigathi Gachagua awache kugawa Kenya, kwa sababu nyumba yenye imepata sana Kenya hii kufikia sasa ni nyumba yao. Tulikuwa na nafasi ya kumsamehe Rigathi kama angekuja kwa seneti, lakini mwenyewe aliogopa, na sasa badala ya kuwaja inji isonge, amekimbia mahakama kuzuia kuapishwa kwa deputy president mpya Profesa Kithure Kindiki. Gachagua, sikia, kule kwa mahakama kwenye umeenda, hakuna kitu utapata huko.
It is now very clear that there is a scheme of isolating Rigathi Gachagua and the Mountain Kenya at large, and this scheme is being propagated by none other than William Ruto. The majority leader in parliament, the majority whip, BONI KHALWALE, manifested this when he was in Kakamega. He echoed sentiments that Rigathi Gachagua is trying to divide Kenyans along ethnic lines. Yet we all know that politicians in Kenya are tribal. By them coming out to propagate this, it is hypocrisy. On several occasions, BONI KHALWALE has come out to call for Luhya unity, and he has never been called tribal. I've realized one thing, that whenever a Kikuyu comes out to call for Murima unity, or Kikuyu unity, or Gema community, they brand him as tribal. Yet another person in another community, when it comes out to talk about their unity, it is very okay. So in this episode, I've come to talk about the scheme of trying to isolate Gachagua and the Mountain by William Ruto and UDA, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So, there are statements which are made by different politicians which send signals. I realize that in Western, there are a breed of politicians who are calling Gachagua tribal, and he wants to isolate Mountain Kenya and is the enemy of Luhyas. And among those politicians include BONI KHALWALE, Didmas Baraza, and others. This cannot be taken in isolation because this is politics. And I think it is time for Gachagua not to weep a lot as he fights his cases in courts. He must also find time. Okay, he must also find time to do rallies in those regions, because at least he has the mountain block. Now it's time to start moving. When Ruto was fighting his boss, even amid his tribulations, he used to move around the country. And Rigathi Gachagua is not doing that. That's why these statements are coming up. BONI KHALWALE came out to say that Rigathi Gachagua wants to separate Kenya along ethnic lines. He went on to say a lot of things. In fact, I don't want to talk about them. Let me play you that tape as BONI KHALWALE was saying this. I want you to pay attention because it forms a basis of our discussion.
Rigathi Gachagua awache kugawa Kenya, kwa sababu nyumba yenye imepata sana Kenya hii kufikia sasa ni nyumba yao. Makamu wa rais ni kutoka kwa nyumba yao yeye mwenyewe. Mkubwa wa majeshi anatoka kwa nyumba yao. Mkubwa ya polisi anatoka kwa nyumba yao. Mawaziri 7 wanatoka kwa nyumba yao. Barabara za kwanza kuweka lami tangu Ruto ashinde kiti zinafanywa kwao. Sasa hii roho gani mbaya yenye hataki Mluhya asipate, Mjaluo asipate kwa sababu ya kura? Makoba kikura huamala.
So are you hearing BONI KHALWALE? Is saying that Rigathi Gachagua doesn't want development anywhere, doesn't want Luhyas to get development, doesn't want Luos to get development. Remember, the Luos and the Luhyas voted for Raila Amolo Odinga. So there is a scheme for locking Rigathi Gachagua out of other regions, and he's also sleeping. He must wake up so that he can start moving around the country, because it is a scheme aimed at isolating him. Okay? You can, and it is also logical for a party that voted for William Ruto almost 50% of the entire vote to get that deputy president position. So being the DP is okay. Remember, BONI KHALWALE is speaking this when his own son is a Speaker of Parliament, a third in command, yet even the Western did not deliver the required votes. He didn't speak about that. He's forgetting that Prime Cabinet Secretary was elevated to be bigger than each and every Cabinet Secretary. Is a Prime Cabinet Secretary, Musalia Mudavadi, from his region. He's not speaking about that. Okay. The person who is responsible for development in region is the president. In fact, the deputy president is toothless without being delegated duties to do by the president. So it is a scheme of isolating Gachagua and Mountain Kenya. Let's continue.
To tell people kwamba sisi tulikuwa na nafasi ya kumsamehe Rigathi kama angekuja kwa seneti, lakini mwenyewe aliogopa, na sasa badala ya kuacha inji isonge amekimbia mahakama kuzuia kuapishwa kwa deputy president mpya Profesa Kithure Kindiki. Gachagua, sikia, kule kwa mahakama kwenye umeenda hakuna kitu utapata huko. Mtu mwenye angekuachilia ni seneti. Watu wa mahakama watakuwa wanakuuliza unataka nini, utawaambia sikupewa nafasi ya kujitetea, na walikuwa wakiona peupe wakati tulisema Gachagua, chukua witness stand ujibu mashtaka.
So have you heard Boniface KHALWALE? After branding Gachagua as the most tribal leader who doesn't want development anywhere, now he's trying to bring out Kithure Kindiki, downplaying Gachagua, because they know by Ruto doing this, first of all, he divided Mountain Kenya along east and west by picking Kindiki. So they are trying to fight Gachagua not to go out of other regions, not to go to other regions to look for support. And this is the majority whip. You cannot tell me that in politics this is coincidental. It is a program which was given by Ruto to isolate Gachagua and Mountain Kenya, and Gachagua as a leader, because I know Gachagua's ranking has gone high, like it or not, is now the kingpin of the mountain. And when the courts let off the hook, who will stand as president, he will be rest assured that he will get the Mountain Kenya vote. What he needs to do is to stop weeping and go on to other regions so that he can sell the message. Because Ruto has already started campaigning, it is telling his fighters to go and disseminate that information. Okay? And remember, in this election, the Luya vote will be the one to decide who's supposed to be the winner, because it is where everyone will go to look for votes. At least the Mountain Kenya vote will be already taken by Gachagua, the Rift Valley by Ruto. Okay, the Nyanza may be by Raila Amolo Odinga, because I keep on telling people that for as long as Raila Amolo Odinga is alive, he's going to stand as president. Take that to the bank. So Gachagua should desist from overweeping. He should start moving to other regions, because it is a clear indication that the message which is being disseminated for in these regions is aimed at isolating, okay, but also keeping Gachagua only in Mountain Kenya by branding him tribal, as they talk good about Kithure Kindiki. By the way, I don't have any problem with Kithure Kindiki, but the way the impeachment motion of Rigathi Gachagua was handled, you clearly see that there is mischief and ill will. Of course, that's my opinion. Do make comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I will see you on another one. Peace.